Good morning, everybody. It is 13 minutes past 8 o'clock right now, and time to talk politics with one of our scoopers joining us in studio right now, Jackie.
Yeah, Craig Robinson representing the Republican side, but always a great conversationalist to talk about what's happening in the world of politics, not only in our state, but across the nation. You're all alone.
Just one scoop.
You're all alone. One little scoop here, but there's still some big news to talk about in the world of politics.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on, and it always seems to me like right after we do a show, then something big will happen. And
right.
Then it's like, will we still be talking about it next week? So on Friday, Dave Loebsack announced that this is his final term. So he's been in Congress for 14 years, and at the end of this cycle, he's going to retire, which means the second congressional district that he's held since 2000, and he won it in 2006, will be open for the first time. And so I think there's going to be a lot of interest in that seat, and even from Republicans. I think we've kind of viewed this congressional seat as it's a safe Democrat seat, and it has been for years. But if you look at it, you know, Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton in this congressional district in 2016. Will Trump perform the same? We don't know. But this is kind of a really blue-collar area, and the more populist message of Trump's, I think, really sunk in. And so, you know, Loebsack might be saying, hey, you know, I don't want to mess with that again. He got lucky. His Republican opponent really underperformed. Republican activists really didn't like who their nominee was, more libertarian than Republican.
Okay.
A fit for parts of that district, but not for, I think, the party as a whole. And so this is a congressional district that has grown and gotten larger as we condensed from 5 congressional districts to 4. So the more rural territory, the more it offsets. Changes the dynamics a little bit, where, you know, you really have to offset the vote in Johnson County in the rest of the district, which can be done.
Okay.
So I think there's going to be serious interest.
I was going to say, see who throws their hat in the ring.
Yeah, and there's, you know, it's politics, so, you know, the speculation machine gets way out in front of people's actual decisions. But there's some interesting people to keep watching. Jeff Kaufman, the
really? We know Jeff.
The Iowa Republican Party chairman, is a name to watch. His son Bobby Kaufman, a state representative, is someone to watch. Marionette Miller Meeks, a newly elected state senator who's run in there a couple of different times, is someone to watch. You know, there's county sheriffs and other people to keep your eye on too. This could be a complex primary on both sides, or just one side. But I think there's there'll be a lot of interest in running for this seat.
Okay, so to keep our eye on.
Yeah.
Now, coming in this morning, I also heard that there's somebody throwing their hat in, going to be opposing Donald Trump. Now, and just caught the tail end of it this morning. What's the deal here? Because he said if he does not get the nomination, he's not going to support Trump. That's the takeaway I got from that.
Well, this is Bill Weld. He's a former governor of Massachusetts.
Couple of times, right? Couple terms?
Couple different, and I think that a moderate Republican, I don't think that he has the firepower to really mount much of a challenge, but this will give those never Trump Republicans an outlet that they can get involved in.
Because wasn't he libertarian before?
Yeah.
And he just switched over, right?
Well, he's kind of gone, When you don't feel like there's a place in your party, that tends to happen. I don't think he's a serious threat, but he does give an avenue to people who, you know, Republicans who are unhappy with Trump. I think it's very difficult in states like Iowa for him, but he may do well in a place like New Hampshire, and you kind of see. He's an interesting personality. I think people might like him. And like his personality, and he's kind of a funny guy too. We'll see what happens, but I don't think there's much of an appetite within the Republican activist set to really find a primary challenge, or to see it really have the opportunity to grow.
Right. Let's bring it back local again and talk about some other politicians we have here. There's been a lot of fundraising already happening, and there was one particular politician that you were keeping your eye on.
Well, yeah, we had the first quarter fundraising period has closed. This is probably why Loebsack tipped his hand and said, I'm not going to run for re-election. Okay. He's not focused on fundraising. The other one to watch, though, is we have a Republican primary in the 4th Congressional District. It's a 4 or 5 person, or maybe a 3 or 4 person primary up there against Republican Steve King.
Okay.
Steve King, as we know, struggled in the last general election, almost got beat by I forget his name. Doesn't matter. But anyway, a really close race, and so he's being challenged by State Senator Randy Feenstra is his main opponent. State Senator Feenstra raised over $250,000 in the first 3 months of this period. Steve King raised $61,000, and then he spent $68,000. And so this is classic Steve King, where he just doesn't put the effort into raising money, and he's vulnerable. And
I say this might be his Achilles heel.
yeah, he's vulnerable. And the other thing too is he's, his largest expenditure. He employs his son and his daughter-in-law through his campaign, and so that's most of that money. And so if Feenstra can keep up this fundraising pace, the more money you raise, the more money you bank, the bigger and better your campaign can actually roll out. If Feenstra is able to do that, this primary is different. King needs a small primary, low dollar, no TV ads, just let the activists decide. Feenstra being able to raise $250,000 a quarter would allow him to run an aggressive primary campaign with lots of TV ads, a lot of attention, get his message out
there, yep.
Get his name out there, and then Steve King becomes even more vulnerable.
Okay.
This could be a difference maker.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. A lot of exciting things happening in the world of politics. That's what we talk about every single Tuesday. Anything in particular you're keeping your eye on right now?
No, I mean, the legislative session is kind of, it's shifting into its maybe final phase.
Right.
There's
Budget
still
time.
some budget issues to figure out. There's the controversial solar bill out there that seems to have stalled in the House. We still don't have a result on a sports gaming.
Sports betting,
in the
yeah.
I mean, that's coming. It's just they're working out the details. So
You need that
there will
one
be
back.
like a final push and be like, oh, they're working, and then they'll go home.
Yeah, they're pushing to go
Happy
home is what they're
Easter.
pushing for.
Yeah, and I don't think they can get done before Easter.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
sometimes
Probably not.
if Easter's really late, or a holiday, comes up, they'll push hard to get out before that date. But not
Not
this
going to
year.
happen this year.
Not this
All
year.
right.
I would be stunned.
All right, there you go. And you heard it from Craig. Okay, Craig Robinson, a Republican representative here on Party Scoopers. It is 8:22. We will be right back.